Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video I'm going to take you through the week ahead analysis video. I'm going to look at some news as well as some charts of interest. So let's dive straight in with the news. So again, quite a lot of data this week, all based really around the GDP, CPI and PPI. You can see that Monday we have some data out of the UK where we have GDP month on month, which is looking to actually come in a little bit higher on forecasts. That could help a little bit of the pound recovery that we saw last week. We could see that continue. We then have some CPI data out of the US where you've got potential for a little bit of downside on the month on month. Core CPI forecasted to stay the same. PPI, however, for the dollar also looking like we're going to see a little bit of an increase there. So we may see a little bit of dollar strength return. However, it'll be interesting to see how the dollar plays this week because we've had a fairly sort of weak dollar towards the end of last week. So wonder if that will continue going into this week. We then have some employment change out of Australia, GDP out of New Zealand, and then we have some retail sales out the US as well. So lots of important data sets to keep your eye on going into this week. Looking at the strength meter, the only thing really that I can see is that the yen is now in that reversal zone. Looking for that to potentially change. Maybe going to see a little bit of strength. We did talk about 145. Fundamentally, we are still on the weak side, okay? But it's the fact that we're in a clear reversal area now. So got to be a little bit careful about that. The pound is quite interesting. You can see that it started to gain from being in that -5 area, starting to push to the upside. So some potential for that to continue going into this week. And you can see as well the blue line, euro still pushing a little bit higher. So against weakening currencies, for instance, the New Zealand dollar, the Aussie, things like that, you could still be a euro buyer of. Looking at euro US dollar then, so I've got the monthly volume profile mixed in with a bit of the weeklies. What's interesting to me at the moment is that we're still kind of capped at that 1.100, and the last week's high we got to 1.0114. That's the area for me that I think if price was to take out, we could see some buyers continue to step into the market. Alternatively, if we fail here, price could remain within this overall trading range. But what we're looking for is some kind of breakout of this range. Can we trade back to the upside? Can we trade within this month's value area? Or is price going to start pushing back lower and we're going to remain within this range? Going on to pound, so pound as well, very interesting. We're getting some early signs over here that we could start to see a change of trend. I put a couple of trend lines on just to add a bit of context. We've broken out of the shorter term trend line through here. We made the highs of sort of 116.50 before pulling back towards this area here. Price is trading above last week's value area high on the close. That is typically a positive sign. So if we were to find some buyers back down through here again, we could see a break of 116.50, which could lead to price heading towards this monthly value area low at 18.36 or up to 18.50. So that'll be interesting if we can break that. This at the moment is a little bit of resistance in here. So again, that's why I would like to see price trade above 116.50 before looking for any kind of move higher. Dollar yen, so obviously strength meter showing signs that we could see a bit of a reversal. Again, I think it's going to really depend on how the dollar performs. It was kind of like our first sort of bearish rejection on dollar yen for a while, and we've got this nice rejection of 145. So we could still see some lower prices. We do have some high volumes down towards the 140s. We are trading 142.60 within previous value. So typically when price opens up in previous value, we can often see price trade within value. But also, you know, if we got a bit of consolidation and a break to the downside, that could also be a strong indication that we could see some lower prices, because there's lots of untested value areas on dollar yen at the moment. Finally, then I'm going to end on dollar CAD. What I like about dollar CAD, just from a technical perspective, is that we're back at this area of interest where we have all these rejections. Price now back at that 31.80. We've had another strong weekly close. Is that going to be a sign that we're going to come trade back towards the 128s? Potentially. Again, it depends on how the dollar reacts this week. I think if we start to see that bearish dollar, then dollar CAD could start pushing towards that 128. What was interesting, I put on a yearly profile here of 2020, and the point of control was 131.80, and you can see the nice 2 rejections or 3 rejections that we've had of that price now. So are we going to see the sellers that were maybe around in at this area defend here and push prices back to the downside? That's a possibility to look out for. So hope you enjoyed this video update. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content, and I'll catch you in the next video.